Hello, my wonderful kiddos. This video is to talk about the take a stand and propose a solution to the injustice writing purpose. So as you can see, there are 3 questions in front of us, and I'm going to read them. In what ways would you have wanted to assist the individual or group you discussed previously in helping to solve the injustice? In what ways would you have modified or changed the attempts to remedy the injustice? What can you and will you still do today to either continue to fight the injustice and or make sure the same type of injustice never occurs again? So this is where we're taking a stand. We're going to take the responsibility on ourselves to help solve this injustice. This may be linked to your Marking Period 2 paper where you came up with possible solutions already to help solve the injustice. That can be different ways that you would have modified or changed the attempts to remedy the injustice. Okay, but let's start with the first question. In what ways would you have wanted to assist the individual or group you discussed previously in helping to solve the injustice? So what you want to do is you want to refer back to note-taking sheet 1. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, so you want to remind your reader what they have already done to help fight the injustice. You just wrote this in the paragraph before, but you want to remind us. Then, when you were using your note-taking sheets, you were asked to talk about what could have been done differently, right, to help fight the injustice. Because if it was done perfectly, then the injustice wouldn't still be an injustice. So, come up with an idea of what could have been helped to fight the injustice. All right. And then what can you and will you still do today to either continue to fight? We're going to save that for our last sentence. We're going to take these, we're going to paste it down here, and we're going to do the same thing for 2 and for our note-taking sheet 3. So for all of, and I'm going to make these red so that you guys can easier see this, right? So for each of our note-taking sheets, we're reminding our reader what someone did. We're coming up with an idea of what could have been helped to fight against that injustice and doing it for all 3. All right. And then finally, to conclude, what are you going to continue to do to fight against the injustice? Against the injustice. Okay, so these will be your body paragraphs. You've already done this on the note-taking sheet where you came up with what you could have done to help fight, what could have been different. What else could they have done? What more could they have done? What barriers could they have tried to get around in order to help their fight? Okay, so you answer these questions by following this outline specifically. Note-taking sheet 1, tell us what they did. What could they have done differently? Note-taking sheet 2, tell us what they did. Tell us what they could have done differently. Note-taking sheet 3, tell us what they did. What could they have done differently? And then end with, what are you specifically going to do to continue to fight against the injustice? Because we're about to switch to the conclusion, which will ask others to help us in the fight to battle against that injustice. Let me know if there are any questions.